The question is Aikido, the Japanese art Aikido or Aikido, uh, a effective art for self-defense? My immediate answer is yes, it is. It is funny that over the years I've noticed men mainly that have studied karate, hard styles, uh, mainly karate, uh, down Aikido. I've heard guys say that they're dancing and it's not effective in the street because it's too passive. Well, if you study any Japanese or Okinawan art, you should know how effective Aikido is because it is Japanese in its origin. Morihei Ueshiba founded the Aikido school. But let's not forget, Aikido came from Aikijitsu, which is a very, very deadly martial art. And Ueshiba was more of a spiritual man who studied Aikijitsu and other arts, such as Kendo and so forth. He wanted to be at peace with his fellow man. So he took and he uh, removed some of the most aggressive and deadly aspects of Aikijitsu from his art, and he called it Aikido, way of harmony, of course. Now, I'm not going to get the history 100% right in someone's mind who is a staunch Japanese or Aikido historian. I'm not. I'm not trying to speak textbook. If you understand what I'm saying, it should be just simple. So don't try to read something else into what I'm saying other than what I'm saying. Now, Judo, gentle way, came from Jiu-Jitsu. Jiu-Jitsu is the grandparent of Judo. The same thing was done with Judo. The Do family of martial arts in Japan. Now, Jiu-Jitsu was so aggressively dangerous. Jigoro Kano wanted to be able to have Judo as a sport, or Jiu-Jitsu proper as a sport. Couldn't do Jiu-Jitsu as a sport because of how deadly Jiu-Jitsu was. Even though there were several rules, or RYUS, rules or schools of Jiu-Jitsu specializing in different aspects of fighting, by and large it was a deadly system of fighting for self-defense. So in order to have it as a sport, you had to eliminate some of the more deadly aspects of the system. So that's where we got Judo, gentle way. Gentle way by no means means that Judo is not effective as a self-defense art, because it still is. But it is more comparable to sport. It is more applicable to sport than Jiu-Jitsu, the original art Jiu-Jitsu, is. And the same is true with Aikijitsu. Aikijitsu was too deadly. So Morihei Ueshiba still kept the principles, the concepts of harmony, as it were, taking your opponent as they come at you and redirecting their energy and their force and causing them to hurt themselves by virtue of the fact that they were attacking you. So most people who are studying Aikido and Aikijitsu and Jiu-Jitsu understands the concepts that I'm talking about right now. So getting back to Aikido, it's a science, like all martial arts systems are based on science. It's based on physics. If you understand the science, if you understand the physics, If you understand the concepts of the art, that makes you a better proponent of that art. But if you're just copying things by rote only, you will never see all that heavenly glory. You just simply won't. So, the guys that bash Aikido and say that it's not effective, Joe Rogan is one. Those guys don't know Aikido. Now, understand this, and it is a very important point. There are people who study every martial art that exists, but they don't keep all of the art. There are some people who teach Aikido, but it's not the original Aikido. It is many times removed from the original Aikido. They take some of the traditional aspects of Aikido out. Same is true with karate. There are some people who water down, if you will, certain karate styles. They borrow from and they leave things out, making it less effective. What makes a martial art system for self-defense effective in a street fight, first of all, is the concepts, the principles, the physics, understanding those and how they work in relationship to an opponent attacking you. If you understand that science, and then you can apply the science in a street confrontation, and you have trained, and you have trained, and you have trained, then it makes you a formidable force in a self-defense confrontation. Aikido is no different. It is based on your opponent's movements. Even though the movements are exaggerated, they're done for safety. But in actual application, it's up to the individual. Steven Seagal studied Tenshin Aikido, which is more aggressive than what Morihei Ueshiba was teaching. There are different types of Aikido. So now, is Aikido effective in a street fight? I still believe so. One teacher said many years ago, just a little footnote, when your opponent attacks you, you invite him. When your opponent retreats, you follow him. That is paraphrasing, so to speak, what he said, and it's simply deciphered or simply explained this way. When someone is aggressing you, you take that force and you use that force against them. And the same is true when a person is retreating or pulling you towards them. You do the same. So every action has an equal and opposite reaction. It's just that simple. And I'm talking about, of course, Aikido and Judo and Jiu-Jitsu and Aikijitsu proper. So they're based on that tenet, on that principle. When someone attacks you, you take their force, you take their balance, you take their movements, you take their weight distribution, you use it against them. So Aikido is an effective martial arts system in the street. Thank you very much. And if you have any comments pertaining to this particular subject matter, please do leave it in the comment section below. I will respond.